Suddenly, a low rumble shook the building. What was that? That was bombs going off. The 18, I forget what type of bombs they were.
Go have a look.
I moved slowly to the window and peered outside. On the horizon, I could see a massive mushroom cloud climbing slowly toward the sky. Would we really be able to change the course of history? No, that was the wrong way to look at it. It couldn't be a question. I had to change history. We could save the world. Annihilation reactors, that's the one I was trying to think of. They're not nuclear reactions, so it should be fine, shouldn't it? I'm going to change history. I stared at the darkening skies above us and steeled myself. I would succeed. Yep. Matter and antimatter particles both exploding. End or beginning? That's technically after the third game ends. Okay, so only because I got all the gold files, there's actually more. Yeah, I will save. One more box down there. After that ending. Yeah, I have saved. I'll go read the last gold files now. As soon as they allow me to.
Where?
Okay, I didn't actually know that. But then again, I don't know exactly how old this game is. I know it was originally made for 3DS and I've only known it on the computer, so... Secret. Go right to the end, and these are the only ones I haven't read. Minkowski Space. Okay, cool. I'm glad it. I do like that it is mostly voiced. I wish there was more voiced sections though. A way of describing reality that adds a fourth dimension of time to the three dimensions of space. It was described by German mathematician Hermann Minkowski and therefore bears his name. It's also the name of a sky resort from Miniature Cow, 4 Miniature Cows. Yep, cow resort. What the? Lagomorph. The scientific name for the order to which rabbits belong, and 0/3's actual name. Is 0/3's real name, not... Of course. I was thinking that was the name of the robot golem we found, but of course that was what Akane called Zero Jr. Yeah. Yep. That Somnium Files is so out there. Great game though, so much better than these. These are good, but Somnium Files was insane, I reckon. This one was Tenmyuji and Alice. When they were split up at the red, blue, and green chromatic doors, Tenmyuji told Alice that there was something he had to tell her. That something was, of course, his identity, and that he already knew all about Alice and Ice 9, and not because he'd heard about it from Clover. So does that mean Alice knew who Junpei was at that point? And Clover, after the second round of the AB game, after going through the purple and green doors, that was definitely a spelling mistake. Clover, as a solo, was heard to say the following to Tenmyuji, her opponent. What the heck did you mean with all that? It's not fair. If you're telling the truth then. So what had Tenmyuji said to her? The same thing he'd meant to say to Alice, of course. He told her who he was. That simple fact shook Clover's resolve and made her vote ally. It probably hadn't been his original intention to betray her, but after thinking about Quark's safety, he'd probably felt he had no choice and picked betray. Damn. So he tricked her into going ally just to betray her. Okay, I'll go back to that Nox 10 Commandments one as well. Because I do remember reading through Nox 10 Commandments and thinking that may work for rules for him, but that doesn't generally make sense. AB project. A can stand for after and B for before, but they can also stand for anima and body. Everything that happened in this facility was part of the AB project. The mystery of Phi. So, who was Phi? There are a few clues scattered throughout the story, but nothing conclusive. Perhaps the truth will be revealed at the Nevada test site. So she's definitely going to be in the third game. The Nevada test site is going to be the third game. Deactivation passwords. Here's a little something more about the bomb deactivation passwords. Those passwords, they aren't just gibberish. There's something hidden in each one. I can only give you one hint. +1. Good luck. There's a lot more to the story, but I think we'll stop the secret archives here. Thank you for playing, and we hope you enjoy the game. Yeah, that's pretty much what it's saying. Yeah, not this secret file, the last one, saying there's more to be discovered. Go play ZTD to find out. I'm so glad they did make another one though. I would have hated to have it end here. And when I watched it all the first time, it would have been enough for me not to buy them now, I reckon. I'm pretty sure I know what the passwords are, isn't it? +1 would be for bomb 0. Is it those letters +1 would make a word? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just trying to work it out now. I do still have them written down on my second computer, so I'll just work them out. I've also got the alphabet written there, so it'll be nice and quick and easy. Although I completely disagree on the action they took to get the game completed, I'm glad it was completed. Harassment and is never the answer. You just look exactly how, well, look at how Cyberpunk turned out. The only reason it was released in such a buggy mess is because the devs were harassed to the point of death threats that it kept getting delayed. And as a result, it was released in an absolute buggy mess, and then everyone got angry at that. Harassment is never the way to get what you want. Anyway, I'm gonna look to get this done. So the first one, LXA MYB QNS ROT GDQ HER, my brother. Next one, CQZ. So C with BQZ, so CRA RGJ SHK DXR. So EYS. Crash keys. Yeah, I completely understand that. The devs never like when a game gets cancelled. I just take Days Gone as an example. I so wish there was a Days Gone 2. The devs themselves wanted to make a Days Gone 2. Sony stopped it. Sony wouldn't allow it. And I hate it. Bomb 2, EQD, F R E D Y R E Z S N T K is O U L. Free Z Soul. And the Bomb 3, there won't be too many. There's 3 more to go. LXQ MYR LHC MID MYD NMR ONS Myrmidons PC. No, that one's just the ID number for Gollum. GTF DML016. That was Gollum's ID, I think. No, that was Luna's Gollum ID. The password there, though, does that have the same thing? Yeah, I'll look at it anyway. The ID doesn't have anything, but what about the password for the PC there? MIL NJM. Nah, just those 3 letters. You can tell it's not going to be anything. Anyway, I'll get back to this. No, that doesn't work out because the last 3 letters are OLI, which would be PMJ. And that's all of those notes. So that other one was that Knox 10 Commandments. That one. Ronald Knox, a mystery writer from the UK, published the following as his rules for writing a mystery novel. Ah. Ah, yes. Ah, I see it now. Yes, I can see that now there, Master of the Zoo. The criminal must be mentioned early on, which they don't. They keep you... Well, the criminal himself was mentioned early on, as in Dio being the criminal. At the time we didn't know it though. All supernatural or preternatural agencies are ruled out. Is that supposed to be meaning free the soul or the myrmidons? I don't even know what that word even means, so... Supernatural, I'm guessing, are the people who can communicate through the morphogenetic field. 3. No more than one secret room or passage. I wouldn't really say there's secret rooms, because we're told that all the rooms are there. Okay. Beyond natural capabilities, fair enough. I don't see how these games break that one. No more than one secret room or passage. There's not necessarily secret rooms or passages in the game. At the start of the game, we're told about the secret files. We're told about the gold files and that they're a different password from the password used to leaving the room. I'm thinking this is saying as secret room or passage, as in it's a way you can go, but it's a secret. Where in the game, all the rooms get opened, but in different ways, in different timelines. 4. No hitherto undiscovered poisons may be used, nor any appliance which will need a long scientific explanation. Yeah, they do definitely break that one. There's a few long scientific explanations here. No one with extrasensor perception or sensory perception or similar powers can appear. Yep, that kind of is broken by the morphogenetic field. 6. No accident must ever help the detective, nor must he ever have an unaccountable intuition which proves to be right. They're not really unaccountable intuitions. He's experienced them in different timelines, so they are accountable. They are intuitions, but they're accountable. The detective must not commit the crime. You're saying Zero Senior, but he's not a detective. The detective must declare any clues he may discover. And that's another thing. He must declare the clues. He's set up this whole game, so he knows what's going on. He's not the detective. He's not trying to work it out. Although technically he is, because we play him. But yeah. The stupid friend of the detective, the Watson, must conceal nothing from the reader. Yeah, Fire's definitely not stupid. Yeah, always conceals a lot, yep. 10. Twin brothers and doubles generally must not appear unannounced. Kyle? Sigma's clone. It can work at times though, so... yeah. Anyway, we'll get back to this part. Where?
I see you finally woken up, Kyle.
Kyle.
Ah, yes. Of course. You've only just woken up in this timeline. It's only natural for some of your memories to be missing.
Only just woken up in this timeline. I lurched upright, jumped off the bed, and ran around to the other side of the partition. The mirror over the sink was covered with a film of dirt. I wiped it off with my sleeve, and my reflection stared back at me. There was no mistake. The reflection belonged to...
Kyle Klein.
Oh! Yeah, that can't be. I can see how you're saying this is not canon, because how can he possibly jump back into a different body? Unless through being cloned, the clone is close enough that it's classed as the same body for some reason within the game?
So, I'm Dr. Klein? Zero Senior's clone?
What? How do you know that? Shouldn't you still be suffering from amnesia?
An excellent question. One I didn't quite know the answer to myself. I knew who Kyle Klein was. In another history, he had been called K and had worn a suit of armor. Yeah. He hadn't just worn the armor in that history though. Apparently he'd worn it all his life. Kyle had been born and raised in this lunar installation, which seemed to be called Rhizome 9. Rather late in his life, Akane had appeared as a mother figure, and he had consequently grown very attached to her. That's another thing. They said at the end of when we jumped back to the young Sigma's body, Akane said, we will go to the moon. So she left Earth at the same time as us to go to the moon. But where was she when Kyle was growing up? She wasn't helping with the project until Kyle was 18. I knew everything about him. But even though I knew it, I didn't feel it. Was I really Kyle Klein? Every time I looked in the mirror, I saw his face. The spitting image of Sigma Klein in his younger days. I looked down. There was Dio still handcuffed. I turned back around to Luna.
What day is today?
January 27th, 2074.
Today is the last day of the AB project. Akane has explained everything in the garden. And she drew a knife and attacked Phi. How long have I been asleep?
About 5 hours in real time. For them, it would have seemed like a little more than 2 hours.
So they still haven't been treated for their Radical 6?
No, they've all been given the antiviral.
Ah, good.
It just takes a while to have an effect.
I see. So the consciousness of the younger Sigma has gone back into the past. It should have happened right after Akane attacked Phi, right?
Yes,
Why am I here?
the doctor carried you back here. You were in the pod in the garden.
So the person you call the Doctor is Sigma Klein, as inhabited by his age-appropriate consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, from what Kay was saying in the story, or Kyle, he never saw another human until he was 18 when Akane showed up.